The Duke Blue Devils are national champs for the 5th time, and I've ranked those teams 1 through 5. But how would you rank them? Tweet me your rankings at the ACCDN. Let us get right to it. At 5, the first title team, 1991. 5 starters. They averaged in double figures, led by Christian Laettner. And explosive Brian Davis was coming off the bench. They will always be remembered for the upset over UNLV in the Final Four. And to celebrate the school's first title, the fans back in Durham kept the fires burning deep into the night. At 4, this team, 2015, the only team in the nation with 3 freshmen in double figures. Tyus, the cool under pressure point guard. Justice, the explosive two-way game changer. Ja, the dominant post player. Because they were so young, this team had the steepest learning curve of the 5 title teams, but boy, did they learn.
I haven't loved the team any more than I've loved this team. And, we have 8 guys, and 4 of them are freshmen. For them to win 35 games and win the national title is incredible.
3, 2010. Veterans John Shire, Kyle Singler, and Nolan Smith all averaged over 17 points a game. This team was the most efficient in the nation on offense and top 10 on defense. And after beating Butler for the title, even President Obama found himself espousing Coach K's philosophy.
They play by one of his philosophies, which is think of a hand. If you attack with your hand open, as 5 fingers individually, you're more likely to break a finger. But if you bring them together and make a fist, you can really pound somebody. It's very subtle, Coach K.
So that leaves us 2 teams, 1992 and 2001. Which is Duke's best title team? Do you agree with how I've ranked the other 3? Tweet us at the ACCDN. Okay, here we go. 2, 1992. Years later, Bobby Hurley would admit that team knew they could and should repeat.
There was no other goals before that. Just, at the end of the day, that was going to determine whether our year was a success, because we had our whole team coming back, and that's what people expected.
They began the year number 1 and never left the top spot. Sure, it took some Laettner magic in the Elite 8, but the Blue Devils became the first team in nearly 2 decades to repeat. Mikey tweeted me, he says, 4 straight Final Fours, most of the 91 title team was back. No question for him, 92 was the best. But then he adds, don't sleep on 2001, that team was ridiculously good. And for me, that 01 team is number 1. Jason Williams at the point. You can make a strong argument for Williams being the best player in college basketball that year, except teammate Shane Battier was National Player of the Year. The senior averaged 20 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 blocks. That team also had Mike Dunleavy, Carlos Boozer, Chris Duhon. They won the ACC tournament, finished the regular season number 1 in the nation. David must have been peeking at my script because I had a stat written down and he tweeted it my way. That 2001 team won every NCAA tournament game by at least 10 points. And David added, if anyone could have guarded 92 Laettner, it would have been 2001 Battier. As far as I'm concerned, the 01 Blue Devils were number 1. Do you agree? Tweet us at the ACCDN, and for all of our coverage of Duke's run to a national title, go to theacc.com. I'm Jeff Fischel. This is the ACC Digital Network, brought to you by Ruby Tuesday. We are the official home for ACC basketball. For more great content like you've just watched, click one of these boxes. And to make sure you don't miss anything, click subscribe.